Hey, happy Wednesday. Welcome to pre Father's Day Wednesday. Of course, we know Father's Day is coming up this coming Sunday. To all the fathers, happy early Father's Day. You know, I'm going to post something very special for you because, of course, this is June, Mental Health Month for men. Men Mental Health Month. What are we talking about this month of May? I mean, month of June. Look, I'm already stuck in May. Uh, I am ready for June because I said we were jumping into this whole thing. Hi, hi, hi. Hi there, hi there, hi there. It's your girl, Morticia Sherman, the unapologetic therapist here live. You see me live here on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, face. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can also find me on YouTube. Please like, share, subscribe our YouTube channel. We want to be able to get the word out to everybody, lottie dottie, and everybody. What's going on here in mental health in the community? Why? Because it's very important. Mental health is very near and dear to my heart. I'm not just a therapist, I'm also an advocate when it comes to mental health. I will talk about it all day long, give you information on what is needed about your loved ones, things that you may have questions that are going on. You can find me now. I am on platforms. I just signed up with a platform called Alma, ALMA. I will go live on July 1st. I'm with Headway. Um, ZocDoc, I kind of pulled myself away from ZocDoc for a moment because, again, ZocDoc is a referral platform, but the way that they charge you, that's neither here nor there. I really want to be able to give information to individuals, and if they're constantly counseling and I'm constantly getting charged for it, who is really being serviced? Okay, the company, ZocDoc. So, nothing against them. I'm sure they're a pretty good company. I should have did my research a little bit better. But again, you can find me on my website at www.whyhecan't.com. You can email me. You can see the information strolling across the bottom of the screen. I am here as your mental health specialist, your mental health therapist. You get me for a whole hour. You get to ask questions. You get to find out more information about what's going on in the community. How can I service you as a community? And I made this um, example. You are the family. Then you have those around you. That's your village. Those are the people that you build around you. But when it comes to me, I'm your community. I'm the resources. That's what community does. We provide resources and services to help you be a better part of yourself. So I'm going to get into men's mental health June. It is Men's Mental Health Month. I am loving my men. Let me tell you, I love the black and brown culture of men because the fact that we have so much inside of us, so much creativity, so much involvement, so much of everything that goes on around us. And people always come to us to ask us, how do we do these things? Where do we get the tenacity? Where do we get the resilience from doing it? Well, we got it from our ancestors. So here I am. It's your girl, Morticia Sherman. Let me give you a tidbit of information about Father's Day. I had to do my research because I'm a daddy's girl. I am. I love my dad. I was the type of girl that when I grew up, I saw my dad get dressed. I smelled his cologne. I liked how he dressed. And I'm going to get more into the complex of that as well as the complex of a man when it comes to his mom. Okay. So Father's Day. Father's Day originated, honestly, if you really want to know, Father's Day originated in 1907. 1907 was the original date of Father's Day. Why it originated? Because there was a coal mine incident that killed 358 men. And killing those 358 men, dying in that coal mine, a young lady went to the church. Hmm. And asked that they honor the men who died in that coal mine. And one of those men was her father. So in 1908, Father's Day came about. The paperwork started in 1907 and it hit ground running in 1908. So honor your fathers. Honor the men in your life who are fathers, those who wear the shoes of being a father but may not have children. There are a lot of great stepdads out here. And I don't call them stepdads, I call them bonus dads because they're a bonus to a child's life. Hey, Samantha, thank you for joining. For everybody who's joining tonight, whether I see you and whether you comment in the comment section on Facebook, whether you comment in the comment section on YouTube, wherever you comment, thank you, thank you, thank you. I do this for you. I set out time to do this for you, and I love it. I love doing this because if I can do this on a 7 day a week platform for people who say that they want it but don't want it, then I could do it for those who can just sit with me, come sup with me for an hour on a Wednesday. Come sit down, ask the questions, get the knowledge. Knowledge is power. Ask the questions, get the information that you need. I'm here. I call myself an information highway. I always have. Um, let's just get it and make mental health awareness a conversation. Let's have conversations nobody wants to have because again, the buzzword will be mental health and mental health well-being. That's the buzzword. Let's make it known. Let's talk about it. Let's ask our kids how are they doing every day. Treat them like it's a relationship because they are a relationship with you. Your children are a different set of a relationship where you can ask them questions. How was your day? How are you doing today? Because you just don't understand. You can not fathom the things that a child is growing through right now compared to what we went through growing up as children. It's intensified now. Now it's easier to self-harm. Now it's easier to say that I want to commit suicide because I'm feeling like in my feelings my parents are not hearing me or not. In some cases I have to be honest unapologetically, some parents don't listen. It's your word or no word. It's your way or no way. It's how you want it, and that's how it's going to be until they get out of your house. And even in some cases, even when they leave your house, you still feel like it's your way or no way. And in that case, how do a kid get their identity? They got it just like that by saying, oh, the boss man, if I go work at a job, it's his way or no way. If I go do this, it's this way or no way at all. Hey, brother Hall, let me tell you, thank you so much. So I like that statement that you put on here. Yeah. You're a bonus dad? Oh, okay. Let me tell you something. I would have never thunk it, like they said. Because to me, when it comes to being a bonus dad, they are your children. They're yours. They're yours, especially when you're doing exactly what is needed for those sons, fathers, nephew, cousins, uncles, for those who have absentee dads. I agree with this statement. Sometimes them being there, you probably would have been way worse than what you are. But there's a way to change it. You can change the trajectory of your life and the decisions that you made, regardless to whether your dad is in the house or not. I know when it came to myself and watching my family, my immediate family, mom, dad, brother, me, I made decisions that I was like, hey, I don't, even though I love the way my dad was, I in the beginning I was like, I want a husband like him, but then I thought about it. I was like, no, I want my own. I want the one that's gonna do the things that need to be done. And we need to be a help mate to each other and not a hindrance, Not there was this one statement I remember listening to Juanita Bonham when I was married, and it was like, wife, stop being a knife. Stop being a knife. So that actually helped me to understand the dynamics of how certain marriages look and how certain marriages should look. Your marriage can look the way you want it to look. And the love that you provide for your spouse can look the way that you want it to look. It's good to see relationships that are standing on the truth. And the truth is, you're not perfect. You're two imperfect human beings that are walking this earth together to create a purpose and do the things that need to be done purposeful. So, again, happy Father's Day for those who are bonus dads. Yeah, I find out something new every day, brother. Happy Father's Day. Being a bonus dad. I love it. I love it. I love it. And what I love so much about being a bonus dad is when they're boys in the house and the boys can learn a different demeanor of how a man is to treat not the woman, but how to treat himself and how to treat his body and how to keep his mind intact and how to safely guard his heart and safely guard his mental. I love that. When a man can step up and say, hey, I may not be the best man, but I'm going to show you how to be a good man. A lot of people say great men. Let's start off by being good, okay? So, Father's Day originated 1907, finalized in 1908. So, what I want to talk about today with me and mental health is the power of community. The power of community, men find different ways of having outlets and safe spaces when it comes to the power of community. The power of community could be at the barbershop, the power of community could be at a church, and the power of community could be in a local group. Okay. Let's talk about the power of community at the barbershop. I'm a really, I said this the other day. The barber that I've known my boys to have has been their barber since for over 30 something years. Actually, he grew up with my boys. And I can actually sit in their barbershop and just crack up laughing at all the conversations. And they treat me like I'm a sister there inside of there. And they were like, yeah, you know this, but I really don't be paying attention. Now, sometimes I'll be sitting there analyzing and trying not to keep on my therapy hat while I'm sitting there listening to them. But it's good because, again, not all the time in the barbershop are men talking about women. They talk about a whole lot of stuff, but let a woman tell it, oh, he in the barbershop talking about me. No, it's not about you all the time. It's about them. That's their release time. That's their time. They sit back and they digress. Out of that one day, if they just go one day out of a week, they digress. They sit there and they can sit amongst, and I say this with a pure heart, like-minded individuals. They sit around like-minded individuals, and I would always wonder why my grandfather say, "I'm gonna go to the place of lies." I was like, why would you say that? But that's just conversation that a man have, and that's a safe space that they build among themselves. That's a community that they build among themselves. And that's a good safe space for them. So if they're going to the barbershop and talking to the homeboys, that's none of your business. That is none of your business. You won't have no time to be worried about that. Even if they have a community where they're going to hang out with their homeboys, you hang out with your homegirls. What I mean, come on now. And some men think in the beauty shop, women talk about men. I'm going to say it's deep conversations when it comes to beauty shop. It can be anything from divorce to school to just different things. Same thing, community outlet, sitting there talking about things that they otherwise need to talk to a therapist about. But it's open community. It's open when you're sitting there, and you can't get mad if somebody gives you their opinion while you're sitting there talking to them in a barbershop, in a beauty shop, or in a loctician shop, or in a braid shop, because you've opened yourself up to that community and you're asking them for information. It may not always be the best, but when you're opening up your communication like that in that community, believe me, somebody's going to give you their opinionated idea of what you need to do. But I like to go and sit, because I get to also get new, new clients if they want me as their beautician. So, um, right, who gonna check me? So, um, also when it comes to church, so this dynamic, when we talk about fathers in the church, a lot of times men are being hit with biblical statements. Oh, a man is the head of the household and he got to run the household like this, and this is how he do it, and this, that, and the other. And and I've heard a lot of church hurt when it comes to men. And the church hurt is, you know, they're taught to be a certain way, but that's not, it's not with true meaning or true guidelines. Okay. Like, I've heard many men say, well, Abraham had many wives. No, he had one wife, and the other ones were concubines. And if you really want to think about that, if you really want to go there, Abraham had money and land, and he could take care of the women. But I don't agree with it, but that's the way it was. But he honored his wife. Adam honored his. David had a wandering eye, but it still happened. So if you really want to know true foundation, I tell anybody, male, female, uh, he, her, they, them, biblical. Go read the word for yourself if you're Christian, if you're walking in a Christianship. And I want you to have a relationship and not a Christianship or a religionship. So, if you really want to know the true meaning of how you are to take care of yourself, self first, then everything else will fall into place. I don't understand why people feel like it has to be others first, and then them, and then everything else fall into place. Because how can you be any good for anybody else if you're no good for yourself? So, when I talk about men, being good for yourself, making sure you're getting your going to see your doctor, your getting your test done. May it be early detection of cancer, may it be early detection of anything, because deep as it is, a woman actually came from you, your rib. I- yeah, even in that other part, when you sleep with the mom, the woman, men and women come from you. So uh, you're the start of everything that happens. So when you decide that you want to go there with the woman, we end up happening. So study to show yourself approved. So keep yourself a study. Yes. Okay, Samantha. Yes, study and have a relationship. All right, men, let me tell you, study and yeah, you need to study the word and have a relationship and not a relationship. And let me tell you, when it comes to those top two, barbershop and church, it's a lot of hurt inside of those two. And the third one is local community. When a man is reaching out for help and he's shunned on and shamed and talked about and told that he's not good enough, he's not this, he's not that, all these things, these cliches, that were out there, we need to stop it and have true conversation. We need to stop those conversations that are being had that are negative. And like I tell you, I speak to my king. I speak to the kings in my life because, again, I'm a queen, so I can't treat my kings like jesters. I can't treat them like nomads or anything like that. I have to speak life into them because if I don't, then the world is out there giving them defeated life. The world is out there telling them what they're not and what they don't have and what they can have. But I'm here to tell you what you can have, and that you are who you are. You are a king. You do possess the land, and it says that we are to possess the land and multiply. We are to do the things that we need to do. And it's not always talking about children and having children to multiply. We're to come together and build a kingdom of our own and create generational wealth together, being that you're with your right person. And I said this in my book. If you don't have my book, or you know anybody that wants the book, and click tight, I still have your book signed and autographed. If you're watching, just have to get around you so we can do that exchange. But when I say speaking life into your king, my book, Unconditional Love, One Woman's Journey to Spiritual Freedom, I did not talk about anybody. I think the only male in my book I probably talked about is my boo. And I told him, thank you. Thank you for coming inside of my life and helping me see different things and how to see life differently, because I didn't know no better. And I had to learn how to adjust and be different in the things that were going on in my life. So when it comes to speaking, and I know my brother, his wife, my brother Hall, his wife speaks, highly of him. I really do enjoy their relationship. When I am around them, it's really good. But let's talk about men and mental health. Creating a safe space. Creating a safe space outside of the barbershop, outside of the church, outside of local community. Because again, they're going out there and they're fighting things that are going on outside of those walls, outside of the doors of home. Then there's no need for them to come inside of home and have to fight inside of the house as well. That's not good community. That's not quality. That's not safe space. Just the same as we as women, and I'm gonna do the rabbit quote. Say that we want a safe space. You don't think a man wants a safe space too? You have to create an environment for you both, and he has to be able to create that environment for you too. It's a give and a take, and it's iron sharpening iron. If you ever heard of the scripture about iron sharpening iron, then we talk about community support. It's okay to allow the individual, your spouse, your significant other, your loved one, the person that you're with, to have community outside. They don't want to talk to you all the time. They need like-minded people so they can have those conversations. So when they have those conversations, sometimes, and I love talk therapy. Talk therapy allows you to open up and talk about a conversation. And when you're listening to what you're saying, you're like, did I really say that? Yeah, you did. So now you heard exactly what you were talking about, and now you need to change that. When we know better, we do better, and we respond better. Then also about cultural identity shapes. Your environment shapes you, but it's up to you to reshape your environment. Let me elaborate on that. Your environment shapes you as a man, as a woman, as children. Your environment, what you surround yourself with, shapes you. But you can turn around and reshape it, especially if it's not positive, especially if it's not giving you the ammunition, not giving you the drive, not giving you the motive, not giving you the authentication of yourself to be a better part of you, to be your best you. You can change that. You can change your environment. Why would you sit around a lot of negativity and hope that positive will come out of it? Not to say there's nothing wrong with negativity every now and then, because negativity is like anxiety. You gotta have just a tad bit of it, just a little bit, but then turn around and change it, because what it does is it should be pushing you. It should be um, pushing you to a point where you're saying, I don't need to be around this. I don't need to, this is not doing me any justice. This is not helping my mental, nor is it helping my physical. It's not helping my financial. It's not helping my spiritual. It's not helping any of that. So check your environment, because you can change that. You can walk away from a lot of things that are going on unless you just really enjoy the toxicity of something. And eventually, when you sit around that in toxicity, both men and women, it weighs on your body heavily. It does. You may not think that it's doing that, but it's going to weigh on your body heavily, because then your muscles are tensing up, different things are happening, heart palpitations, this and the other. And if you continue to consume, I'm saying it, consume negativity, it's going to eventually target different organs in your body. I'm just saying, call a spade, call a strike. Watch your surroundings, your environment, what's shaping you, what's shaping your children. Men, you have sons. Yeah, you do. So we're going to talk about this thing called the edifice and the electra um, complex. So if you don't know about the um, edifice, and it's spelled, the O is silent, so it's Oedipus. And that's the complex where the young man is liking his mom so much till he become disregarded or disengaged with his dad. Okay. And he doesn't see anything else but how he has this, in so many aspects, a crush on his mom. And some men never outgrow that. Some men never out, and that's where they come up with this mama's boy, because he's so guarded towards his mom. He's such a protector of his mom that he can't differentiate. That's mom. That's not woman. That's not say not woman. That's not girlfriend. That's not my lady. That's not the woman. That's my mom. And respecting my mom and taking care of my mom and knowing that that's my mom, but also protecting her from any hurt, harm, or danger. But your dad should not be the hurt, harm, and danger. Now, I've seen where some men were abusive to the wives, and the son stepped in. Okay, son, you stepped in. But at the end of the day, know the difference in that. Then for men who have daughters, like I said in the beginning, I'm a girl dad. I love my dad. And right now, and I'm being very vulnerable. Right now, there's some things that I'm growing through with my dad and what's going on. Of course, he's in a totally different state, and I have to go and see him and check on him. But I was the type of girl dad that I didn't want I did that Electra syndrome where I didn't want my mom touching my dad. I didn't want my mom saying anything to my dad. My dad did everything. My dad was the perfect man, until I had to learn that that was my dad. And I had to think of him as my dad. He was not my man. He was my mom's man. That was my mom's husband. But I wanted the facade, the image, the mirage of that, of being, my dad. And I wanted a man such as that. But when you grow to learn the differences between the complexes, it's sometimes they can linger on beyond and go into adulthood. Nothing wrong with loving your mom, man. Nothing wrong with that. And mom is the nurturer. The dad is the protector. And when I say protector, take the protector out of society, because society means that you're going to step up, take a gunshot. And no, he protects his family. He protects his household. He protects the things that would cause otherwise chaos and whatnot. That's a protector. A protector comes in and it's like a shield, and they shield everything away from the family that can cause a problem. Then the mom, being the nurturer, she's to nurture the protector, because you got to continue to build the protector up. And then with the word provider. I sigh on that because people don't understand those two words when it comes to the male species, protector and provider. Provide, he's providing, I'm going to say this, he's providing the protection so you can do the things that you need to do as a nurturer. You hear so many people say if you give a woman bread, if you give a woman dough, she's going to make bread. If you give a woman something to make a meal, she's going to make a meal. Well, he provided that. He provided that. He protected his household by making sure that nothing outside comes in to destroy what's going on in the household. That's a protector. Protector covers his household. Protector covers those things that need to be covered with the shield, and he is the shield. The nurturer, the mom, being the person or the woman, the wife, the girlfriend, whichever one you want to call her, is there to nurture, to help heal. Where everything else out there in the world is beating him up, she's there. And if she's his safe space, she's going to help him heal throughout that whole situation of him coming in, providing a safe space, and making sure that he can digress. Go sit outside on the back patio. I'll bring you something to drink. Go sit in the garage. Do whatever you find him a safe space where he can digress without you going out there and instigating or agitating. Find you something to do. My kids told me that once before. Mom, go find you something to do. Okay, I will. So, the power of community. We are the community. Therapists, it's okay, men, to talk to a therapist. You may not want to talk to a female therapist. I have a lot of men that I see when it comes to the service that I provide. And I respect the fact that they honor that I'm very transparent and I'm very unapologetic and I'm going to see both ways. And it's not like, oh, you telling me something. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not. There's four sides to the story. They used to say two sides. There's four sides to the story. There's his side, her side, my side, and God's side. And I'm always listening for God to tell me which side to be on. And I'm always neutral. So, okay. Oh, really? I, you know what? I agree. I agree. Yeah. Don't condone bullying and sending messages to groups and organizations. That is so true. And somebody needs to tell the suicide prevention organizations that parental alienation and family law justice are what makes men kill themselves. Stop. You know what? I said that last week, Junior. Stop emasculating men. Stop emasculating men to cry and uphold and talk about feelings. These suicide prevention places are informed. You know what? That's true. Because here again, men are suffering in silence. And when they don't have the right person to talk to, and should I say that? I'm going to say that again. This is judgment free zone. This is a so much of a judgment free zone. And when we're talking about suicide prevention, there should not be a bias. And those are biases. When we're talking about alienating parents and family law justice, one thing, and I'm say this is what I did, and I don't believe in it at all, and I don't care. I'm very unapologetic about this. Child support is another form of slavery. You know you had that child. Whether you take care of that child or not, that's on you. But I've never been the one to that likes to bring the government in my business because you're already there when I'm going through this. And then you turn around and you tell me that I can't see my child, or in this family law thing, the dad only has so much rights, but the mom has more rights. Well, what if that mom is abusing that child, and then that child has to come and talk to me about suicidal ideations because the mom won't let them see their dad, or the dad will, that right there upsets me. And I remember, and I have to say this, I remember when I did. I was so upset with my ex. I did. I filed child support on him, but you know what I did? I went right back. And I told him, I said, no, I don't want that, because I don't want to limit his rights. I don't want to do it. I'm going to let him make that decision himself. And what he did, he made that decision. He didn't want to have anything to do with the kids. But you think I was worried about that? I had to allow my kids to build a relationship with their dad on their own. I didn't sit up there and poke and tell him, you need to do this. And a lot of people agree with child support. A lot of people agree with all these things. But whether you realize it or not, when it comes to the black and brown culture, that's another form of slavery, because then I get to tell you what you can do with your kid. I get to tell you how much money you need to pay into your kid's life. But a lot of mothers, when they do this, they don't know you're not getting full money. The government is getting theirs first, and then you're getting the rest, and they expect for your kid to live off that money. I was staying 10 toes down on that, because when I had to learn and do my research about that, I had to learn. So when it comes to suicide prevention, when it comes to the black and brown culture, let's talk. Let's have conversation. And do you always have to call the suicide prevention line? I post my number on there all the time. I'll tell a person, text me, ask me questions. If you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, come talk to me. I give 15 minutes where I'm sitting there talking, and I can send you whatever direction you need to go into. But these places are very uninformed when it comes to men, because a lot of times it's always the women that are calling. It's not really men, there's many men that is going to call and say, hey, I'm suicidal, I'm homicidal. No, you'll be homicidal before you be a suicidal. But I'm suicidal, and I am feeling very anxious, I'm feeling very upset, and I need to be able to tell what's going on and why am I feeling this way. So I agree, education needs to be there, especially when it comes to men, because we are losing men by the droves. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, it's more women to men." That's a lie. It is a lie. It's an even kill about things. Is not the word kill, but it's an even platform. There are men and women, but a lot of men who are suffering in silence choose not to deal with women. They do. Why would I want to sit up there and deal with somebody that's going to constantly cause me to feel less than what I am? You want me to be a certain way, but when I'm not that way, you want to chastise me or ostracize me or do this. So I agree, Junior. I agree. Yeah, I remember that, brother. I remember us talking about how you went through that with the triplets. You know, I if I could and had that to where I don't get that with women. Let me tell you, if anybody knows me, know I have 4 children, and I'm not ashamed to say it. 2 from one and 2 from another. I never, you can ask both, I never, ever told any one of them that they could not see their kid. If anything, you giving me a break. Come get them. Come. And if you got a girlfriend, as long as she not doing nothing to my children, we fine. That was when my kids were younger. Long as she not doing, you better make sure you know exactly what type of mentality she have, because that I won't come after her for you. I'll come after her for them. That's how I was. But when it came to mothers, because they were so angry with the fathers, and then again, yeah, abusing mentally, emotionally, physically, telling them that they can't see their dad is sorry, he this, that, and the other. Women, that's why I said what I said, and I'm gonna keep saying what I said. I love you, but this time, this symposium, It's men that's on the platform. It's men that's on the panel that I'm having on there. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's open for everybody because I have men who are veterans who have children that the woman wants to check, but I can't see my kids. It's men who have given their lives, done everything for their family, but you and your feelings, I'm being very unapologetic and I'm gonna say it. You and your feelings, you can see a man, but he can't see a woman. And you can have a man around your kids, but he can't. No, call a spade a spade. You can come for me. Come check me if you want to, because I'm gonna tell you what it is and what it ain't. I'm so for the men, but I'm also upset with the men who have the opportunity to do these things but don't. So it goes both ways. I've met men who don't want to take care of their children, and it has nothing to do with the mom. I've met men who don't want to take care of their children at all and be like, hey, you doing better with the bonus, dad. I'm gonna go over here and make a family somewhere else over here. And whether you know it or not, in the generations before us, and I talked about this last week, that was a lot of our ancestors' outlets was to go outside of the home. Because again, mom was at home causing a ruckus, doing everything. And he was like, I don't have to sit up here and listen to all of this. I'm gonna go over here to Becky Sue, and she gonna treat me like a king when you not, and she only wants part of my time. But to get back to my brother and Junior, you both are making some great things. I hope you don't mind me putting this up here, but yeah, suffering in silence for 16 years, yeah, and to have your child that later on down in life feel like I'm not worthy enough to be the man that I know my dad created me to be, or be the man I need to be. So I just feel like I need to check myself up out of here. Yeah. Why would you check yourself out of here? You have a purpose. You have purpose. I made this statement today and I meant what I said when I talked to a group of young adults. And I told them, I said, look, the best thing you gave your parents was a high school diploma, to let them know that you appreciate them being, that you appreciated them taking the time to create you and you're here now. Everything after you walk across that stage is on you. Those are adult decisions that you made. You can't fault your parents for decisions that they made because they're grown. They were here before you. You can't fault them for those things. And they probably still making those decisions. But what decisions are you going to make that's going to change your life and how you see life and how you want to carry out your life? Also, often too many people are walking around with hatred, dislike, and malice towards their mom and their dad. They did their purpose. They met, they met, they came together, you were created. Now what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with this? Are you gonna break the generational curse or the generational behavior pattern that your dad was doing? Women, are you gonna break it for your mom? Men, are you going to break the generational pattern that you saw your dad do with your mom, that your mom was doing? Women, are you going to break the generational pattern that you saw your mom doing, that you saw her doing with your dad? You have that opportunity to change that. And for those who don't have that relationship with their children because of the mom, those kids are going to grow up. but leave the door open for them to find you, because they're going to come looking and they're going to have those questions and they're going to be asking those questions. And I remember me and my brother talking about that. Where were you? The best thing I can tell you is not to talk negative towards the mom, because I've learned over the years that when you talk about the mom in a negative way to a child, that mom didn't do no wrong, especially when you were not there in the home. You have to talk your truth to that child. Talk your truth. Leave the mom out because they've already had the misconception, but show them your truth. Love is not, when you love your child, it's not based on you buying them and buying their affection. It's called unconditional love. Learn what unconditional love is. Loving a person outside of themselves. Because you did not create them. You created your children, but you didn't create that mom. You didn't know what that mom went through, but that's neither here nor there. And it was a statement made. I don't like the statement, but know who you have children with. You don't know. Because a person can change at any time. Humans are fickle. They can change behavior at any time. She could be the best thing ever. He could be the best thing ever and turn around, and one switch can make them change on you. But what do you do with that? How do you respond to that? How do you keep your well being? How do you keep your mental health intact? How do you keep yourself positive in a negative situation? Just like what Junior saying, the condoning of the bullying and sending mean messages to groups and organizations. Why would you do that? That shows your character. That shows, if anyone can sit there and take the time out to send a mean message on a group or organization chat and post about a person, are you really serious? That's why I love that. When you pointed at one finger, it's four more pointing right back at you. What did you do? Are you taking accountability? And that's the thing I have to say about individuals when we have children. What's your accountability level? Women, men who are not doing what is needed. You knew you laid down with that woman. She shouldn't have to tell you. Sometimes women lie. Well, I ain't gonna say sometimes. We all lie and say that that's your child and that may not be your child. If you feel a certain type of way, it's called DNA. I'm just being honest. Let's be real. We say we support our men. We say that we're there for them. We say that we want them to be the best men that they could be. Give them that space. Give them that safe space. Give them that opportunity to grow. We are, we as women, we always finding avenues of growth. We join these organizations, we join these groups, we join these things, we doing all this here stuff, we doing all of their stuff. But are you really? Are you really in it for self care? Are you in it for self? It's across the board. Stop joining things just so you can have a way to talk about somebody, especially a man. They go through enough. I'm fed up. I get tired of hearing a woman emasculate a man. And I've seen plenty. And if you want to come for me, come check me. I got something for you. Because at the end of the day, you emasculate a man, but then you want a man. You got to change your behavior. You got to change your thought pattern. This is an unapologetic therapy session. I'm having unapologetic conversations for everybody. It's Father's Day. If you have a bad relationship, and you don't have to always call a person to apologize, send some love and some light. I do it all the time. If I tell you my story of what I've been through with men, what I've grown through with men, most people be like, "You still like men?" It wasn't that to that capacity. I don't like the statement hurt people hurt people. Hurt people only allow you when you give them that room to hurt you. I just chose not to let what happened to me from a man deter my look and my outlook on a man, especially my black and brown men. Yeah, sure, I could have been like, I don't ever want to talk to another black man ever. I don't ever want to talk to another. No, because not all men are evil. Not all men are uh, disrespectful. Not all men are that type. You just come across some that are just not ready to be healed. They think what they're doing is good, and it's not. Why? Because they may have somebody that, hey, dog, I saw how you did that chick. Yeah, dog, yeah, I did that too. I ran through them. Yeah, but karma. If you ever have a daughter, if you ever have a son, you don't want karma from your, and that's where generational patterns happen. Your son see you doing that, your daughter seeing you doing this, and they think it's okay, and it's not. You can change the trajectory of their behavior. You can change and be the right way the community needs to resolve these things that are going on. It hurts my heart when I see black men committing suicide because they have nobody to talk to. And when they go and talk to somebody of a male species or even of a female species, and it's like, get over it. It's okay. You can handle that. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Go sit down somewhere. Oh, treat them like this. Treat them like that. Act like this. No, teach them the right thing to do, because that's what's causing so much confusion. It's biblically written. Women are not going to get along with their moms. Girls are not going to get along with their moms. Boys are not going to get along with their dads. But you can change that. You can change that. I've seen that happen. I've seen my brother do it with his sons. I've seen friends do that with their daughters. Men do that with their daughters and their sons. I've seen women do that with their sons and their daughters. You can change these patterns. You can change these behaviors. You can add to life and not take away from life. Hear me when I say this. Building safe space, not just for those, but for yourself. Creating healthy boundaries. Things that you will accept, things you won't accept. Make sure they're healthy boundaries. And when it comes to reaching out and checking on the men in your life, if you've seen my post I did a couple of weeks ago, if not a week ago, check on your men, because they're the main ones suffering in silence. Stop stop gatekeeping. I've been using that word. Stop gatekeeping. Oh, I'm not doing good, so I'm not going to give him no information about how he can do better and how he can have a healthy mental health. I say this, your mental health is your wealth. And if your mental health is sick, you're not healthy. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be wealthy because you can't process things correctly if you're not healthy in those certain areas. If I gave you, being that I won the lottery and I came to you and gave you money, and your mental health was not healthy when it came to finances, you would blow that money off and then probably come back to me and ask me for some more. And I'm going to tell you no, because I gave you what was needed. Check on our men. Stop ostracizing, criticizing, emasculating. Uh, what is another word? Help me with some words here when it comes to talking about our men. Stop talking down on them. We need to build them up more. If we want to see our economy change, and I'm saying this, if we want to see our economy change, if we want to see things change in our community, that's the first step. Start there. Build a healthy foundation with our Black and brown men to let them know that they are needed, they are deserving, they are loving, they are all of these things that are positive. And stop hitting them with the negative. They already getting that enough with the world. They're getting that enough when they talk to people who feel like their value to talk to me is $5,000. For what? If I say hi to you, I got to give you $1,000. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, no, not at all. And a lot of people are doing that just so they can feel wanted and needed. But Black and brown men, you're needed. You're wanted. We have another generation of young men that are coming up. I need you to step up. I need you to stand up. I need you to let them know men are out here doing what they need to do to protect their community. It doesn't have to be Farrakhan, Arakhan, Ovakhan, or whatever Khan. They need to see real, authentic truth tellers. Tell your truth. Tell your truth. I have a 8-year-old grandson and I love him, but I want him to know the truth. Tell the truth because I'm going to tell him my truth. I have granddaughters. I'm going to tell them my truth because I'm breaking generational patterns. No more silence. To my Black and brown men, you are kings. Stop being jesters. You did that enough for the other cultures. I need you to be kings for our culture. Let's get in here and let's dig deep. Let's dig real deep. We can do another, what was that? Black Wall Street. They're already creating it right now, but I need your mental to be healthy for you to understand generational wealth, generational legacy. And don't be 100 there, don't be 1,000 there. Build generational wealth because you're created and we're both created to leave inheritance for our children's children for generations. Find the queen that's going to help you do that. Like I said, I don't care if my man was dumping garbage trash, whatever. Bring the check. We gonna and I'm making what I make. We gonna build this kingdom. We're gonna do this. I don't. It's a togetherness, and we build kingdom together, and we build generational wealth together, where we can leave stuff for our children. I'm not for my child. My children struggling, and I leave. so they can go back and do what? Beg? No. So men, my black and brown men, I need you to stand up. Come with it. Come unapologetically with it, respectfully. Come unapologetic with it. And Junior, reach out to me. I like to have more conversation with you. You see my phone number down there? Reach out to me because I really want to get your side to this so I can be able to see how we can best create a community that's way safer than what you have been told or witnessed or heard about this whole suicide prevention organization. That's not healthy. You have my number, you have access to me. You can follow me on all social media platforms. I said I was going to go a little deep tonight, and I meant that unapologetically. Happy Father's Day. As a matter of fact, if you have not, I feel remiss for this if I don't do this. If you know of a young man or a youth, this Saturday from 11 to 5, it's going to be in Acres Home on West Montgomery, 6719 West Montgomery. They're doing free throws, skills competition, knockout challenges, entertainment. They're giving away portable basketball goals, free meals to family and children while supplies last. Come out. I will be there. You can meet me face to face. I don't mind. I'm for it. I'm for it. Just come out there. Bring your sons. Bring your daughters. Come out there to the youth development program that I'm a part of. Then also, if you're also in the Eggleston area, if you have children, I never knew this park even existed, but I found out that it did. Highland Park, DeSoto Park. I'm there. Of course, it says on here on Fridays, but I'm there on Wednesdays and I'm talking about mental health. I'm grabbing our children while they're young. I'm getting into this community and I'm grabbing them while they're young to help them best prepare themselves for a better future. May it be in college, may it be in work, may it be whatever. They're going to ask me how do they handle mental health when it comes to different aspects of life. Then my boy Critical. The Critical Show is hosting a kids summer food and clothing drive July 19th. Now, it does coincide with the same date that I'm doing the mental health symposium, but it starts at 3 o'clock. It's Curry Road Park. Go out there. They're providing haircuts, free haircuts for kids. I don't know when school starts back up. They're doing braids for those who own braids and games. Go out there, support, be a part of it. They're in the community. They're doing it for this summer. Then also the event, which is our event, the Tonight is Tonight Mental Health Symposium. We're having that funny guy, Big Skinny. I'm going to do a live with him so you can get some of the jokes that he got that's going out there. Registration, I am doing a promotion right now. If you're buying your ticket between now and the 28th of June, you get $10 off for individual. That is for general admission as well as VIP. And then also, if you have a group of ladies, up to 8 people per table, you can buy the group. You can do group general admission, and that's $50 off of that, or you can do group VIP. We're doing some fun activities. We're doing the Dear Me letter, and it's open for everybody. It's not just women. It's men, women, veterans. It's everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody. This is not a women's conference, not a men's conference. It's fun activities talking about mental health awareness. You're going to have a panel. You'll be able to ask questions. One of our guest panelists is Mr. Chris White. He is an addiction and mental health specialist. There's two other guys that I have. Like I said, I may pull one woman. I am going to have someone from the LGBTQ plus community, as well as someone from the veterans community that's going to come there and be a panel. We're going to do painting your trauma on a canvas. That's my baby. I love it when you can sit up there and do art creative. And believe me, your art does not have to be perfect. You're just painting your trauma of how you see trauma in life on a canvas. You can take it with you, you can leave it there, whichever way you want to do it. You can find our registration information on Facebook. You can also find it on Eventbrite. Come out. We're having food, game. I will be giving away gifts. As a matter of fact, for the next three people, and I'm saying three, that sign up for the mental health symposium and you're bringing a man with you, I will allow that man to come in for free. Three. That means that's three men. If you do VIP, if you do general admission, if you do the table, I need you to contact me and let me know what you're doing. That way we can have conversation and I can give you that special. Also, we do have spaces for sponsors and vendors. We have vendor decks and we have sponsor decks and we have sponsorship decks. Let me know. Send me an email, DM me, direct message. Yes, DM me your questions. Don't DM me trying to do anything other than that because I do not answer. I'm taking. I'm off the market. But just let me know. What do you want? I'm ready to celebrate. I'm ready for you to come and be a part of what's going on in the community. Like I said, community, you have families, you have village, and you have community, which is us. The state has already lost billions of dollars with this president when it comes to mental health. Allow me to be your guide. Allow me to be your go to. Allow me to be your soundboard when it comes to mental health and your mental health wellness. Like I said, when you know better, you do better and you respond differently and you respond better. This is your girl, Morticia Sherman, the unapologetic therapist. You already know I love you to life and ain't nothing you can do about it. Like, share, subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, no, Facebook and YouTube. You can find the same viewing. Everybody who has been on this journey with me since I started this podcast in October, thank you for growing with me. I appreciate you growing with me. Let me know how you feel. Send me information. Let's grow as a community and continue to get this word out about mental health. Like I said, the key word is mental health well being. I love you to life and have a great Father's Day, fathers. And know where it originated from. You are honored. No matter what the world say, I honor you. Black and brown man. Have a good Wednesday.